Our next segment brought to you by AIME, the Association of Independent Mortgage Experts, a national nonprofit created exclusively to support independent mortgage brokers.
Finding your dream home also means finding the perfect price point. And joining us today now to help you make one of the biggest financial decisions is AIME Chairman Anthony Casa. Anthony, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me again.
So look, let's talk a little bit because rates are obviously in the news a lot right now. We're going to get to that in just a second, but explain to us and to our viewers how a mortgage broker can help us figure out how much home we can afford to buy.
Well, I think the way you have to look at a mortgage broker is they're like a financial advisor except for homeownership. So they're a homeownership advisor. They're looking at your entire situation, not just what your income is and what your debts are, but more or less what your cash flow is, what your goals are. You at the beginning of your career, your income's going up. They're looking at everything and putting you in a situation where they're not just qualifying you for a mortgage, but they're actually putting you in the mortgage that's best for you and best for what your situation is.
We talk so much about the Fed on this show and the path forward for rates, but it's for a reason,
Yep,
right? I mean,
absolutely.
The Fed cutting rates last month by 25 basis points. How does that affect those looking at a mortgage?
Well, it's playing a big role because it's not the fact that the Fed cut rates that is impacting mortgages. So people think Fed cuts rates, that means mortgage rates are going down. That's not the story. The truth is it's the outlook that caused rates to go down. So the 10-year Treasury is obviously at almost an all-time low, and as a result, rates are at all-time lows. And lower rates mean more home buying opportunity for consumers. So if a month ago you were qualified for $300,000 at 4.5%, now at 3.5%, you're going to be able to qualify for another $50,000. So it's increasing your home buying purchasing power.
Well, because of these lower rates, we're in the middle of a refi mini boom. So how does using a broker help with that process?
Well, it's a huge deal because any mortgage company you call right now with rates this low, you're going to be able to save money. But the goal isn't just to save money, it's to save the most money. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, I said that in 2016. This is actually really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Rates are really, really low again. So you don't just want to save, you want to save the most. A mortgage broker is going to find you the lowest rate. So that extra 1/4 to 0.5% you're going to save in rate is going to equivalent to anywhere from $25 to $100 a month.
Do you find that people are sticking with the same lender or are they jumping around?
That's actually a really good question. Black Knight came out with a report earlier this year that said consumers are sticking with their lender at the lowest percentage all time right now. So they're going online, they're shopping around, they're not always finding the best deal, but they see an ad online and they go with that mortgage lender. That's really why it's so important to work with the mortgage broker, because they're not just going to go with the first lender they talk to, they're going to go with whoever has the lowest rate and lowest fees.
Mm-hmm. What about the big names that are increasingly getting into homes? Zillow, Amazon with Amazon Home Services, and investments in real estate elements, making moves in the industry now. How's that impacting things?
Well, I think there's major implications there, but I think we're already starting to see some of the struggles that Zillow's having. Zillow came out this week and said they're actually going to slow their move into the mortgage market down because they're struggling with the people part of it. At the end of the day, the mortgage business is a people business. The real estate industry is a people business. So they haven't been able to nail that part of it. You can't just depersonalize the home buying process that is so emotional, and that's why they're slowing down. So I think they may figure it out over time, but for now, there has been zero impact.
Okay, so the National Association of Home Builders finding that 12% of adults said that they plan to buy a home in the next year, but that's actually down from 14% a year earlier. And so do you think that the decrease in expected home buyers, plus the fact that there are decreases in new home mortgage applications, is going to lead builders to build more of these starter homes?
You would hope that's going to happen. The problem is the cost of land is so high that it's very hard for builders to actually, build starter homes anymore. Starter home right now is starting at $500,000. That's not exactly a starter home for, your first home. So, I think what you're going to see is more local builders, renovating existing homes. The inventory is tight, but at the same time, it's also aged. So improving that aged inventory is going to be where local builders come into play.
Nobody has a crystal ball, of course, but what's your own outlook for rates for the remainder of the year? How low are they going to go, and how long are they going to remain this low?
I thought they were going to be going up. Everybody thought they were going to be going up. At this point, it looks like it's going to stay at below 2% on the 10-year Treasury, which means rates are going to be really, really low for at least the rest of this year. So that's what I would tell
everybody. Is there
everybody.
any room for mortgage rates to go lower than they are now?
That's what that's what a lot of people are talking about, negative rates. That sounds crazy to me. But if I'm a consumer right now and there's savings that are on the table, I wouldn't wait to see if rates go lower. If there's benefit to you right now, you got to capitalize on that benefit and get the lower rate now.
Anthony Casa, Chairman at AIME. Thanks so much for
Thanks a
joining
lot.
us.
Appreciate it. Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
All right, if you're looking to buy a home, a mortgage broker can help you find a great deal. Just go to findamortgagebroker.com to connect with your local independent mortgage broker.